They're having ivermectin drench, cobalt and B12 injection, a second Heptavac P injection and a copper pill. So we're doing several jobs at once really. And the ewes are having a second foot vax. It is sheep work, not cattle work, that knocks you about. It's less stressful on them and it's less stressful on us, so it just suits us for what we're doing. It's unfortunate Nick wasn't born a lot sooner, so that he could have invented this about 20 years ago. Maybe I wouldn't have had to have a hip and a knee and a wrist replaced so far. I'm John Yeomans. I'm not really from a farming background, originally from Birmingham. We've been here quite a long time now, as I'm quite elderly. So I farm with my wife Sarah, and she's not from a farm either. The farm was about 68 acres when my mum and dad started, and we now run, it's about 274 over 3 blocks. 2 blocks are on hills, so we have to handle things away from home. And we run about currently about 540 ewes and about 170 ewe lambs, mostly Beulahs, a few Texels, and they're all individually recorded. And then we run about sort of 70 to 80 pedigree and crossbred Limousins. We sell store cattle, breeding cattle and bulls, and we also sell a bit of meat as well.
You might let people know what jobs are you doing to the lambs and the ewes today. I see with the unit you're catching both to do a bit of work here.
Yeah, sure. Well, with the lambs, what we found quite good really is, used to in the past I just kind of basically catch hold of them and hold them between my legs, which is quite hard work, and I've got arthritis and new hip and a new knee and a new wrist, so I'm falling to bits. So we were really pleased to when we met Nick in 2020, I think it was, wasn't it? And when they were starting to develop the Cotter Crate. So currently today what we're doing is they're having a ivermectin drench, they're having treatment against flies, they're having a cobalt and B12 injection, a second Heptavac P injection and a copper pill. So we're doing several jobs at once really. And the ewes are having a second foot vax. We haven't foot vaxed before, but after 2 years of really wet weather we were having a few problems with the feet, and we like to see no lame sheep at all, so we want to get back to that situation really. It's unfortunate Nick wasn't born a lot sooner, so that he could have invented this about 20 years ago. Maybe I wouldn't have had to have a hip and a knee and a wrist replaced so far. But yeah, it's one of the things we liked as well. It was Ridian Glynn, who farms about sort of 20 odd miles away, that mentioned it to us, and then Nick came across when they were developing it, and I think we like the fact that it's all just kind of manual. You don't need a compressor or a generator or anything else, so you just need the weighhead charged up and the EID reader charged up. We like the way when you shut it, which it shuts pretty simply, you haven't got to hold anything while it's shut to keep them in place, and their legs are just dangling through. And I would say we wouldn't even get 1 in 100 that would struggle a bit, and they're just sitting there, so you can do everything to them really. I think it's less stressful on them. It's obviously less stressful on us as well, and once they're held, you can concentrate on doing other jobs. You don't have to keep one hand or something trying to keep them in place, or so it's worked well for us anyway.
We're up here on the hill. You have a bit of lowland ground as well, and the unit is moved between the couple of different handling sites. The unit you have has the hand wheel kit on it. How are you getting on with moving that around the place?
Yeah, it's pretty easy to move. It's fairly heavy, there's no denying that. It's made of stainless steel, so it's sturdy and heavy. And we've had it 2, 3 or 4 years now, I can't remember, but it looks much the same as it did when we bought it. It's not it's not going into a poorer condition or anything, because it's pretty well made. We just move it in the stock trailer. It's mostly set up at home. On this hill it's probably only used once, because the next time we handle them we'll just be sorting them through the race to wean them, so we won't be treating them as such. And then on the other hill the handling system's a bit better there, and we've got a concrete pad and we just join it on the end of the sort of circular section. So yeah, it's pretty easy.
This has been done in a matter of hours before, to do those 5 or 6 jobs to the lambs and get a weight on them and do the jobs to the ewes. What were you looking at in terms of time, just to give people a feel for the improvement?
I guess the main thing for us is not just the time, but it is quicker. It's the mauling of them really, and as I'm getting older, so I was 63 a couple of weeks ago, I think, speaking to various other farmers who've had hips and knees and things replaced, it is sheep work, not cattle work, that knocks you about. And I think they're secure, it's less stressful on them and it's less stressful on us, so it just suits us for what we're doing.
And just last question for you, John, on a finishing note, for farmers who are in the market looking at handling systems, is the Cotter Crate something that you would recommend?
It is. I'm a particularly tight person. We haven't got a lot of tack, we haven't got a lot of machinery, and we hadn't had anything like this before really, so yeah, I would recommend it, otherwise we wouldn't have bought it. And that grant thing that's about for some people in some parts of the UK is pretty handy and helps make it a little bit cheaper.
Thanks very much for having us. If you want to check out more customer testimonials, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and thanks for watching today's video. Thank you very much, John.